Well, if you watch our show regularly, you may remember a story I did a while back about an elf on a shelf SRO at Rockingham in different schools up there. That would be Shane Woodall. He's a great guy. He has another talent, but this one more serious. He's helping families that are suffering loss. He crafts beautiful wooden flags for families of soldiers or law enforcement or first responders who have lost their lives in the line of duty. Take a look at part of my conversation with him this morning. Shane, this is so cool. You and I have talked about this a while back when we did an interview for a whole different thing, but tell me how you got started with all this woodworking.
Started years ago, actually when I was 7 or 8 years old. I would go out in my papa's wood shop and just beat around on the wood here, wood there, and I would watch him. And actually I use, this is actually my papa's big hammer, and then he actually cut me a small one down. And I've used those. I've had them ever since. But I saw this online about the flags and people that were making them. So I decided I wanted to, give me something to do in my spare time. And it's really took off.
And I love what you're doing with some of them. I know you make some of these just for fun, but some of them have a purpose behind it. Tell me what you're doing with some of these.
What I do is for anybody like law enforcement that has passed in the line of duty. I will make a flag and put their name on it, and then I will send it to the family. I never ask for addresses. I always send it to the department. And also here a while back, I just made 13 flags for the fallen soldiers that were killed in Afghanistan. That was kind of a pretty good task. I sent some to funeral homes that delivered to the family. Actually, where I'm a school resource officer, I reached out to 3 school resource officers because those individuals had just been out of high school a couple years, and they actually helped me get them to the families.
Tell me how that makes you feel. I mean, when you're doing that, that's something with a purpose. That's a project with a purpose.
Yeah, it makes me feel good knowing that, in a time of what they're going through, it's just something that can be hung on a wall that can remember all the good that they've done.
Shane, this is good stuff you're doing, man, right from the heart. Thanks for taking time out today. His work is beautiful, and as he said in the beginning, he got it all from his granddad. So when he was little, he would hang out in his wood shop and learn how he did all that, and his granddad cut down a hammer so he could have one to work with. And he still keeps those around and works on this. But they're really beautiful pieces of art. They're different each time he does them sometimes, and he sends them everything from first responders, whether it's police officers or fire rescue people who lose their lives. Their families get this, of course, or soldiers.
I love stories like this when you have someone who has their day job. He works at a school, he works with children, and then outside of work, he has his passion. He works with wood making and different things like that. So it's always nice to hear those new details about the people that you meet.
And what a fascinating guy he must be. I mean, you talked about the other stories that you've done on him when he was the elf on the shelf. I mean, I think the theme here is he just likes to make people feel special.
Yes, that's right. And there's no money involved with this. He actually doesn't bother the families. He keeps it at arm's length. So he calls their battalion leader or their office, or he said he's actually had to reach out to funeral homes, but some way to get them to those families. And he'll put a card on the back and just say it's just a gift. So
that is very thoughtful.
it's really neat.
Wow.
He's a
Great
good
work.
guy.